All right, so let's jump right in. Today we're diving deep into some ancient Chinese legends.
Sounds exciting.
Specifically, we're going to be looking at the reign of Emperor Yao.
Ah, Emperor Yao. A legendary figure.
We've got some really cool source material for this one.
Oh!
A text detailing all these myths and challenges from his era.
I'm all ears.
Get ready for scorching suns, devastating floods,
Sounds intense.
and a ruler known for wisdom and compassion.
The full package.
Definitely. Now, these stories, they weren't just like bedtime stories,
Right.
They're actually important for explaining the world,
Yeah, they served a lot of purposes.
teaching morals, upholding ideals of leadership.
Almost like a blend of history, philosophy, and entertainment.
Exactly. Okay, so first up, we've got the story of 10 suns scorching the earth.
10 suns, wow.
10 suns. Imagine that. I mean, these weren't just your average hot summer days,
I'm kidding. That must have been unbearable.
especially for an agrarian society, right?
Absolutely. Their entire livelihood would be at stake.
The crops, the land, everything would just be, well, scorched.
It's like a nightmare scenario, and I think that's what makes the myth so powerful.
How so?
It taps into this primal fear of chaos. Like, what happens when the natural order is completely disrupted?
Right, when things spiral out of control.
Exactly. And that's where our hero, Hui, comes in.
Ah, yes. The incredible archer.
Tasked with restoring balance, shooting down 9 of the suns.
Can you imagine the pressure?
I can't even fathom it. It must have taken immense skill and courage.
Definitely a hero's task.
But I think it goes beyond just individual heroism, too.
In what way?
It raises questions about leadership. What do you do when faced with these seemingly impossible challenges?
Right, when everything feels chaotic.
How do you restore order? How do you make those tough decisions?
That's a really good point. And speaking of tough challenges, the next story is about a massive flood.
Oh, the Great Flood.
The one and only. It wreaks havoc across the land, and Emperor Yao, well, he needs a solution. Fast.
High stakes indeed.
So he turns to Gun, who immediately gets to work trying to control the flood.
By building dams.
You got it. Seems logical, right?
At first glance, yeah. But the story highlights how sometimes those initial, obvious solutions
Are always the best.
Exactly. In fact, Gun's dams actually make things worse.
Talk about a setback.
It emphasizes the need for adaptability, for being open to different approaches.
Thinking outside the box.
Precisely. And that's where Gun's son, Yu, comes into the picture.
Yu. He learned from his father's mistakes.
Instead of trying to block the water, he focuses on dredging and channeling it.
A much more long-term sustainable solution.
But also a much more difficult and time-consuming one.
13 years he dedicated himself to taming the floods. 13 years.
Talk about perseverance. That's a level of commitment we rarely see.
It's inspiring, isn't it?
Absolutely. It shows that sometimes the most effective solutions require patience, a willingness to learn from mistakes, the courage to try new things.
And to stick with it, even when it gets tough. Which brings us back to Emperor Yao.
Right. It seems like he embodies these qualities, too.
He's not just reacting to crises. He's actively seeking out solutions, empowering others to take action.
He's portrayed as a truly compassionate leader, deeply concerned for his people.
There's that anecdote, I love this one, about him hearing this old woman struggling to fetch water.
From a well that's too far away.
Yeah, exactly. And he immediately orders a new well built, closer to her home.
It's a small act, but it speaks volumes about his character.
It's about empathy, right?
Right.
And taking action, not just making grand pronouncements.
Exactly. And you see that reflected in his policies, too.
Oh, absolutely. Implementing a calendar system to help farmers, establishing schools for education.
Creating laws and music to maintain social order. He was really trying to build a thriving society.
And when it comes to choosing a successor, well, he puts the needs of his people first.
Meaning?
He chooses Shun, known for his virtue and ability.
Instead of his own son. That's a powerful statement.
It shows that for Yao, true leadership wasn't about personal legacy.
It was about serving the greater good.
Exactly. No wonder he's remembered as this model ruler. His reign is considered a golden age.
A testament to wise leadership, perseverance, and compassion.
So, as we wrap up our deep dive here, what stands out to you the most?
For me, it's that reminder that leadership isn't just about grand gestures.
Right.
It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of everything.
From the smallest acts of kindness to those huge societal challenges.
Such a great point. And as we move forward in our own lives, maybe we can all take a page from Emperor Yao's book.
I like that.
How can we embody that sense of responsibility, that compassion, in our own communities?
Food for thought.
What challenges can we tackle, even in small ways, to make a positive impact? Emperor Yao's story, it's just one of many fascinating tales from Chinese mythology.
There's a treasure trove out there.
So, what other ancient legends spark your curiosity? There's a whole world of wisdom and wonder waiting to be explored.
And that's what makes these deep dives so enjoyable.
Exactly. Until next time.
See you then.